it's actually gotten harder to run a services business over time. And one of the key reasons for that is the talent landscape has changed quite a bit. And I marked that in the mid 2010s when really millennials started to enter the ranks of management. The oldest millennials, they're in their early to mid 30s in 2015. You didn't have to think about the user experience. You didn't have to think about what the users thought about using the product, because these users now become much more vocal through that generational shift. Millennials are much more collaborative. They're much less likely to force people who work for them to use technology. There's a study back from around the same time, and I believe it was done by Dell EMC, that said that millennials are 60% more likely to leave a job based off of the technology that's provided to them. Imagine that you're in a services business and all of a sudden it's really high stakes for you to keep your employees, but all of a sudden you now have to deliver them technologies that sort of meet their criteria. Having grown up as digital natives, we call this sort of the consumerization of enterprise software. And that's been going on in all industries, but it's been particularly impactful in the services space because of the cost of not essentially keeping your employees happy and giving them the tools that they want to use. And as you think about the technology that people like us are trying to deliver, we're really trying to be on sort of the frontier of building solutions that not only the buyer is satisfied with, but also that the users are satisfied with. And when you look at the data around why organizations do not implement PSAs, which really are purpose-built solutions, and they actually are one of the earliest examples of vertical SaaS that emerged out of the early 2000s, because some of the earliest PSAs go all the way back to 2000, 2002, 2004 timeframe. But those were all built in a different era for the needs of buyers, for the needs particularly of the finance office. So as you think about the kinds of technology that really services organizations are demanding today, it's moved beyond that. It's moved into how can I deliver technology that helps people get their jobs done in a way that they're willing to use it. And that's the principal complaint of the legacy PSA space, is that they're really difficult to use, users don't like using it, and the cost of ownership is really high.